right, so we have covered the theoretical part of this masterclass, and now it's time to move on to the practical part. I'm going to show you two examples, as I said at the beginning, of full income tax returns on the real system for two most common scenarios. So one of them will be a single person income tax return with one income from self-employment, from trade. The other example will be a married couple jointly assessed for taxes. So one spouse with PAYE, employment income, and the other spouse trading as self-employed. That would be the other scenario. These two are most popular. Just bear in mind that these are general and simple examples to show you the idea and mechanism of completing a tax return. If you intend to prepare your tax return yourself, you have to be aware that if your particular case is even slightly different, this will impact your final tax liability. In such case, the best idea is to seek advice from a chartered accountant, for example. So let's move on and take a look at the practical examples. I'm going to exit this presentation for a while, and on the screen you should see the first sheet. So just to let you know that I'm going to show you these returns in an offline revenue system, ROS system. It mirrors exactly what happens in the live system, but for the example purposes, I cannot do it in the live system because it would have to be done on a real person example. So I did it in the offline system. However, some of the screens would contain personal details like PPS, so I have to show them to you in a PDF format because the PPS numbers are removed. But no worries, we will come back to the live system in a minute. So this is the first screen, the first panel for a single person tax return. So our person, it's Kate Black. Kate is a career coach, so she is running her own business and doesn't have any other employment income. In the first screen, it's just straightforward. You enter your personal details. If there was any change in your contact details, you would enter it here. You choose your status, your basis of tax assessment. This is where you choose if you are jointly assessed for taxes or if you are single. Remember, I said at the beginning that the system will allow you to change it here. So let's say so far you were jointly assessed for taxes and this year you want to be single. You want to file a single tax return. You can change that here and the system will allow you to submit the tax return. However, the revenue will come back to you and they will tell you, you didn't declare to us that you want to be separately assessed, and they will reject your tax return. So I wouldn't advise to do that. Just go with what is in the system, and if you want to change your basis of assessment, submit the declaration to revenue first. So let's move on. That's a single tax return. Again, a lot of personal details. So if the fields are relevant to you, you would complete them. So that's the first screen. Now we are moving on to the ROS system. So that was the first section, personal details. I showed them to you in the PDF to remove the sensitive data. And this is what you would see when you log into ROS and file your income tax return. So on the left-hand side, you see all the blocks, all the relevant areas of the income tax return. As I said, there are many of them. There is every possible scenario included here. And at least 80% wouldn't be relevant to you. So I'm going to go through the most important ones which are ticked here, which are most relevant and most common and would relate to this scenario. I'm just going to highlight to you what other blocks may relate to. So if this is the case for you that you have some, for instance, Irish rental income, you would have to complete this one.